Hello, foodie beauties. Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another video. Today's dinner I made myself. I have some barbecue chicken with onions, some rice with vermicelli, and some fried eggplant and hot peppers, some yogurt, some hot sauce, and a diet peach iced tea, or zero sugar peach iced tea, whatever. Bismillah. Oops, would help to open it. Wait a minute. This hot sauce is like my ketchup. Now, I know people were complaining about how big my spoon was, so I found a smaller spoon. But, also, I don't like the metal sounds. So, alright, I'm going to try this eggplant. I fried this myself. And let's see with the rice what it tastes like. Yeah. I put a little bit of salt and cumin on it. This is a huge piece of chicken. Come on. Eat a bite. Oh my gosh. That's so good. So, I want to tell you a story. Sorry if you hear hallway noises, but it's prime time right now here. It's evening, the sun's out, people are coming out like, yay, no more heat. Anyway, so I told this story a long time ago, but like, I know you're thinking, all your stories are from childhood. Well, for the past 7 years, I lived my life on camera, so you have to remember, a lot of story times were live. But I did tell a lot of stories about my like teenage years, early adulthood. A lot of them I can't tell. My childhood was more innocent, okay? I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I wanted to ask her like details. So a bit of the details might be a bit different. So when I was growing up, I remember we moved to this, I was a kid, I don't remember exactly how old, but maybe 8, something like that. We moved to this really brand new, nice apartment. So what happened was, we moved in. I sometimes still even drive by it, like when I go to Cornwall, my hometown. It's an older building now, and there's newer ones built around it. I remember one night, my mother and I were alone. My stepdad was working, and I didn't want to go to sleep. I was having trouble going to sleep. I was always like that. Just 10 more minutes, just 10 more minutes. Never wanted to go to bed. I like staying up late. So my mom put on a movie, one of my favorites, Sleeping Beauty, like the original Disney one, to try to get me to be sleepy. And the story just creeps me out to this day when I think about it. All of a sudden, we hear a knock at the door. And as soon as the knock happened, I could tell my mother was afraid. She was like, what? Who's knocking at her door at this hour? So she was like, who is it? You know? And there was no answer. And the knocking continued. And there was no answer. And we were both like, what the heck, you know? And my mom must have been really afraid. Like, we had a keyhole. Like, we could see through like an eye hole and see up into the, not a keyhole, but, you know, those things you look in to see who's in the hall. It's like she was too afraid to approach the door or something. But finally she did. And she looked out and she was like, oh. Like, I saw some relief on her. And I was like super curious. Who is it?
The barbecue with the onions.
And I'm like, oh, must be someone she knows. And it was this nice man, like a neighbor. Very calm guy. And I remember him like in a calm voice saying, I'm just knocking to see if you guys are okay and let you know that there's this man that was walking, that was like pacing out front of your door, your apartment door. And it looked weird and suspicious. My mom was like, what? You know, she was like, obviously startled and afraid by that. And she was like, my husband's gonna be home soon. I imagine she was saying that out loud to deter, like in case the guy was still in the building somewhere, now that I think about it. But like,
Am I gonna eat this?
my stepdad did come home not long after. My mom was like freaked out. But it never happened again. And it makes me wonder, like, was the neighbor like the culprit the whole time? Like, was he like just making up some story to talk to my mom? I don't know, because after she said like my husband, he kind of didn't really talk to her anymore after that. I don't know, it was weird. But that's what happened, or what we remember. Oh, I bit my lip ring scar. I used to have a lip ring long ago. Here, like a hoop. And there's a scar inside my mouth. And sometimes I accidentally bite it. Anyways, guys. I'm so full. That was so good, the fried eggplant. I mean, fried, like, I just put a little bit of, like, oil in a pan and just, like, fry one side, flip it when it's brown on the one side. Then I put a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of cumin, and it's, like, really good. Really good. Fupa, fat upper pubic area. Chubby. It's chubby. Do you have a chubby kitty? Mine's like lopsided.